Looks like a math teacher I had once, which explains why I never liked math.
He's a priest, right? Yeah, we got it.
Hey, how are you? The name's Knight.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Now
Knight.
he almost looks
Are
normal.
you the priest here, or...
People call me the Abbé, yes. The names are no. Abbé are no.
You know what I think? I don't think they were able to actually draw him, so they posted his image of his face, and then because he's got roundness going on and definition in the nose and all that stuff. Okay, go ahead. Go.
Yeah. Well, especially in King's Quest Massacre of Eternity, when they talk, they just would switch out the image on the face.
Now that's one I don't think you can round around to fix, right? King's Quest of Mask of Eternity would be hard.
You'd have to take a look. I was able to get it to sort of run on Windows XP.
Mm-hmm.
It would lock up in various places, so I'd sometimes have to try several times.
All right. She said it was weird that there's very few students, but everything is online, which is good for considering where we are in the world right now with Corona. It's good to see a university did not force people to go back. A lot of U.S. universities did.
Yeah, or they're kind of in a mix. I know at least at Notre Dame, they were online, so.
Was this the style, the thing around that time?
Like this
The
game
3D
style?
game style.
Yeah,
yes.
especially in the later 90s, everybody was trying to get all 3D, and so if you think about the various games, especially the Sierra games of the time, you had Gabriel Knight 3, King's Quest Massacre of Eternity, and Quest for Glory 5. They all had kind of went to a 3D format. Quest for Glory 5, I think, came out the best because they would do some 3D models, but the way they set up the camera, you couldn't zoom in real close, and so it was kind of almost like a big circular room how they did that. And so I think those came off looking a lot better than this game and Quest for Glory, King's Quest 8.
But Quest for Glory
This
5
is
is still
quite a
really hard to
place.
play, right?
I haven't
hard
seen many
because
churches this
it's not like running in Scumbian.
colorful.
Life is good.
I assure you, it is unique. Saint Mary Magdalene's is quite ancient, but Abbé Saunier restored it in the 1890s. It is his spirit you see around you.
Ah, nice. You don't see churches dedicated to Mary Magdalene very often.
Ah, but the Magdalene cult was quite strong in the old days, particularly in this part of the world.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
I think
The
Gabriel Knight
Magdalene
won,
journeyed
and
to the south of
FMV
France
Gabriel Knight
after the
2
death of
aged
Jesus.
better than this
She
one.
lived here for many years. In fact, you can visit her remains at a church near Marseille.
Huh. I had no idea.
Yeah, so I think by the time they started getting to the VGA games of the earlier 90s, those did actually look pretty decent. And even though we're looking at 25, 30 years later, some of those games still are pretty decent looking. Versus the games of the 80s, they have that retro look, but they certainly were limited by the technology of the time. Once you could start kind of doing hand drawing and scan them into the games, it definitely was a better appearance. But definitely when they started, and of course Gabriel Knight 2 is probably regarded as one of the best full motion video games out there. And there's definitely some that were pretty awful.
Oh yeah, I loved Gabriel Knight too. I thought it was awesome.
But yeah, the later 90s 3D games don't fare quite as well. Some of them look kind of painful. It was the early technology.
The Holy Grail has been linked to this area, is that right?
The connection is nearly as old as the Grail legend itself. What have you read
See,
on the
I really
subject?
feel like
Not
in this
much.
particular,
Arthurian legends aren't really my thing.
they're pasting the face
But it's supposed to
on
be a cup that contained the blood of Christ.
I love
isn't it?
FMV.
A
Not everybody
vessel
does.
that
Well,
contains
they
the
love
blood of
fact we are
Christ,
probably
yes.
We're going to try, once we finish this, to play Phantasmagoria.
Oh, we don't have it.
We'll buy it. We'll obtain it.
eBay.
We'll play it on Steam.
No.
Google.
Do you think the Holy Grail is behind the treasure of
whatever
Rennes
that
le
one is.
Chateau?
The other
eBay.
one is
It
God.
is possible.
looking on eBay. I guess.
Do you know of
Gotta
anyone
do it
in
now.
this area that has a particular
I told you
interest
after this, here
in
we
the
go.
Grail?
Besides myself?
Well, we're going into October.
No one that I can think of.
No, you said you wanted to
Of course,
forever do
the
it.
treasure seekers who visit the valley
Will be
are
done in
often
October.
interested in the
When we
Grail.
begin.
Is this a penguin?
What do you mean by the Magdalene cult?
A cult of devotion. It's still quite
Yeah, we did
strong in this
Phantasmagoria
area,
once.
despite the best efforts of the Catholic
last year?
Church. Did you know that most of the famous Black Madonna images were not images of the Virgin Mary at all? but of the
2018, I think. So
Magdalene?
it's not last year.
The church wanted to downplay the
Last year
role
we
of
did
Mary
Quest for Glory
Magdalene.
4.
So they
That's
called
what
her
we
a
were doing
prostitute
for the
and insisted
October.
that all the Black Madonnas were really the Virgin Mary.
But the Black Madonnas usually show a mother and child, don't they? If the woman's Mary Magdalene, who's the child?
Excellent
Good questions.
question, Mr. Knight.
Do you know much about the Templars?
I know the basic history. There are a few Templars buried in the cemetery, you know. But, yes. I think I'll refer you to a young scholar staying in the house near the Château de Blanchefort. His name is Larry Chester. He says he's working on a Templar book.
Okay, thanks.
And let me know if he's helpful at all, will you?
Sure. Do you think that there's a treasure around here?
Of course there's a treasure, but it will not be found by just anyone. Let those who have ears hear.
Right.
And he's like the abbey.
You got any
or
of
is
these
he
in
the vicar?
English?
Not at the moment, but I have some on order. If Monsieur would check back tomorrow.
Sure.
How convenient. He says he's the Abbé Arnaud.
Eat all the cherries.
Fuel for the
They were
flock.
mine.
Trinkets for the Trinity.
No, those are the ones I got yesterday.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You were always saying
Jesus
those
is
were mine,
taken
but
to the tomb.
I got 2 of the 8 you had. I hear it's
There are
kind of
those
dumb,
4
actually,
angels
but Phantasmagoria 2 is kind of dumb.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. Yeah, I'd like to try it out sometime, but
He's removed from the cross.
See, what I would like to do is I would like to Gabriel Knight, Phantasmagoria 2 for October,
Mary Magdalene.
and then,
What a babe.
and that'll be
huh?
mid-October probably, and then go for Hero Youth for the end of the year. So the rest of the time from November,
Saint
December
Anthony
would be
of
dedicated
Padua.
toward Hero Youth.
And
It's
there's a
gonna
kid
take
coming
that
out of a
long.
book. Scary. Almost enough to make
I've
you never
never,
pick up a
I'm a
book
scaredy
again.
pants, so I never dared. Well, we did Phantasmagoria in 2017, and it's a very disturbing game.
Sermon on the Mount, maybe?
I've already played it before.
And I had never played it.
What, Phantasmagoria?
I don't think I had ever played it before 2017. I'd watched a time or two, but I don't think I ever played it.
Or are you saying you played it by yourself and then we played it?
No.
Because we didn't play it together in 2017.
We played it on stream.
Arnaud's
on
sitting right here.
Phantasmagoria on stream in 2017 for the 2018. Sorry, 2018. Got the
See,
dates
don't
wrong.
question me.
Okay, got the dates wrong. All you had to do was say it was 2018.
That's why I was
Jesus
telling
and
you. You
John
don't
the
listen to me.
Baptist.
I
They
didn't
look
hear you say
dusty.
2018. You said, did you play it by yourself?
That's why I'm questioning, because it wasn't 2017.
Nothing like a little satanic
2018.
imagery to make
October.
a church feel...
Spooktober. That was my very first time playing it.
bet
You're welcome for
Arnaud.
lunch, Blinkers.
Wonder what he did wrong to get stuck in a place like this.
Feisty.
I don't want to wear out my welcome.
He is correct. It was not 2017. It was 2018. I will give him that. All right?
The Magdalene washing Jesus' feet. They just don't make women like that anymore.
Yeah, some of these things that even when they do like an image, it was still kind of pixelated.
Yeah, that was really
And
washed.
this is-
You can't even see that that's what that picture
Yeah,
was.
and this is still 800 by 600 resolution that we're playing in the windowed mode.
Mary Magdalene in some kind of a cave. A skull, a book, and a cross made from a tree
but it's
with
what's a
living
16-bit
branches.
color.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's more than 256 colors is the point there. So okay, looks like Bocelli left. Okay, get some more water.
Me too. He could only sit there and stare at the statue of Asmodeus for so long. Then he had to go do something else. Who knows what that is? All right, so we've talked to the Abbé, we've talked to Bocelli. Everybody's here for a purpose, and I'm stuck on a wall. Is that a go forward type thing? Oh, here wait. There we go. All right, so that was a wonky thing to try to be stuck on the wall. Kind of sucked. All in the guise of moving the moving out of the noon hour into the 2 o'clock hour and getting where you can rent a motorcycle.
I don't think I'd find the baby by knocking on doors. I will keep my ears open, though.
You know what I don't understand? If there's a baby, where are they keeping it? Because I don't think they're keeping it in the hotel.
That's the
Well,
museum
I'm sure
up
you
there.
know the story of the Gabriel Knight 3, right? You never played it, but you probably have watched someone else play it a time or two, right?
Where's your junk?
Stuff's right here. Make sure I don't have anything on my face. Often do stuff like that. I have stuff on my face. No, you didn't.
Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Mel loves games too. Knight. Gabriel Knight. Gabriel Knight. Let's see.
It says, keep out, more or less. I think those windows showed the Sacred Heart of Jesus. You gotta hand it to us Catholics, babe. We really know our anatomy.
Those are amazing stained glass windows, though. But you have it. So you have it apparently. Yes, see, we do too. We actually have the real box of the version from the 1999 Sierra. And we also have the Gabriel Knight Mysteries collection, which had the Gabriel Knight 1 and 2. It didn't, but, and so we never had one that had all three of them in there, I'm pretty certain. So you can see the vampire on the front. That gives you an idea. Yeah, box looks, got the box too. The box looks great. Yep. And inside the box had the comic. So, I mean, he bought this way back when, software, etc. And inside it had the comics, it had the guidebook, and of course he's bringing. Now that's getting worn over time.
Yeah.
But the Gabriel Knight.
So, yeah, I had the box collection. This had 1 and 2 in it. I had the matte version of Gabriel Knight 2. This is actually the newest one. I think you got this for me as a present.
Mm-hmm.
This one was a good collector's
Yeah.
piece. There's a
There was a book inside there.
Yeah, there's an interesting version of this where It's the box is not rectangular. It looks almost more like a square hourglass shape.
Really? Yeah, we were just telling another chatter that getting a big box like this nowadays for a game. Well, for one thing, obviously there's the digital. That you can find everything digitally, but the other thing is that the boxes after about 2000 and maybe two, all started becoming a lot smaller, and basically only held the CD.
Yeah. Which is why there's big box collectors out there.
Like,
And so it's kind of interesting. Some of those boxes got even bigger versus here's like the 80s style Sierra game, and these boxes were smaller. Like quite a bit. Which was kind of silly because these actually probably needed more space, especially if they had a lot of discs. Like Quest for Glory 2 had 5.5 inch high density discs and something like 3.5 inch low density discs.
I'm one of those collectors, Heroes Quest.
Yes. So yeah, this is one of the more rare ones. This was actually the EGA Quest for Glory 1.
He went and got a lot of those. I think you got like a deal where you got them.
Here's the original Heroes Quest. I bought this one as a kid back in probably 89 or 90.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is hard to find because you don't see it out for sale very often.
I call it Heroes Quest, not Quest for Glory.
Yes.
Which that definitely dates you, doesn't it?
Yes. That's what it started out with me was Heroes Quest.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for a while I didn't understand his desire to collect all of those kind of box games, but now I get it a lot more.
I have a nice collection of Sierra games, especially the Quest series, the King's Quest, Quest for Glory, Space Quest, Looney Suit Larry. Police Quest is not one of my favorite series, but it's one I've collected most of those. So I have number 2 I'm still missing, but and a couple others. I have every single AGI Sierra game now.
Yep. So there's definitely a lot of people collect them. Speaking of collecting, so for me, for the last 3 years, I have wanted to play Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. We had a GameCube. I never did get it at that time. I really wish I would have, but I didn't really know. So we were watching Game Grumps, and I watched Danny play his version, and I think that's now several years old, like 3, maybe 2, 3. And it had been out for a while there. And so I started on my quest to try to find a copy, the GameCube copy of The Thousand-Year Door. Now, we have a Wii where you can actually have an adapter so you can play GameCube games.
No, you can play GameCube games.
It takes a special adapter, though.
That's just for the controller because it's wireless.
Well, the controller is wireless, but the GameCube game would need to be played with either a wired GameCube controller. So anyway, the short of the story is, I kept trying, almost getting it, nearly getting it, and I would lose a bid, or the place I ordered it from would say, sorry, we don't have a copy of it. And that happened to me like 2-3 times. And so I was complaining to my son, and I was saying, I will never get to play Paper Mario Thousand-Year Door because I cannot find it. And he said, he knew I wanted that. Well, anyway, he worked with Chad. That's the important thing. During my birthday this year, they worked together, and they did an eBay bid. And Brandon was saying that it went up pretty high, and asked for help and stuff like that from Chad. So Chad knew about it too. But the short of the story is, they got me my game. and it's amazing. It's a
Gee,
great
a
game.
pirate must be buried here.
I could never stream it unless I do an emulation of it, though.
That's a big tomb.
Yeah. Or it'd be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unless you can.
I can't read
It's
it.
like one of
The
those
letters
games
have
where you
worn
just
away.
really want to go after it and find it, and you can't get it. And there's so many of those kind of games.
It says
We were
Jacques
talking about
Girard,
how hard it is to get a copy of Daria.
1792 to 1861.
Do you guys remember Daria?
Hey, I wonder if he could be the
You
Jacques.
still have the
of Frere
GameCube,
Jacques.
and I have the GameCube games. One of the games that I also did a similar thing was
Duke
the Gauntlet.
de Rays.
I have the original
1700s.
Gauntlet on GameCube.
Gauntlet Legacy.
Yeah, Gauntlet Legacy on GameCube.
I don't even know who lives.
And we had to go. We called up several different GameStops to try to find. This is back before we didn't use the internet for GameStop shopping, and so called up the GameStops to try to find the copy of it. And one was in Bloomington, which was we were living in Peoria at the time, Peoria area. So traveling to Bloomington is like an hour away, and to go get a game. And that's what we did. I said, Jed, it's there, it's available, let's go to the GameStop, my road trip to Bloomington. And so we did. And I still have the Gauntlet Legacy, and I will never sell it. Because it's another rare game that's really hard to find.
Yeah, one that was hard to find was. So there was a Baldur's Gate they had on console, not different from the Baldur's Gate they had on PC and Mac, but the Baldur's Gate 2 of this was on PlayStation 2. That one was hard. That one's a rare one and hard to find.
On the GameCube or on the PlayStation 2? Just find it on the
They did
PlayStation
not,
2.
They did not have that on the GameCube.
I never sell my games, so I end up collecting. I finally had to get to the point where I started using more digital just for space reasons and stuff like that. But Chad has 2 bookshelves. They're not all filled with his games, but it's about 3/4 of 2 bookshelves filled with his different kind of games.
Yeah, several of those are the
And
books
these
and
are
other
the
board games.
hardbox copies.
Oh wait, I think I know what I have to do to get the cat down.
I can't get up there.
Yeah,
Okay, now the cat's up there.
yeah.
Oh my God, I know what you gotta do. I
What?
know it. I don't know what to do to get it down. I know what you gotta do with the cat.
Yep, but you don't know
I
how,
know
how to get
why.
the cat down.
Okay. I have no idea how to get the cat down. Kitty, kitty, kitty. We had a kitty, a real in-life kitty, jump on the back of the chair and come in the stream earlier today. Now they're hiding someplace.
No, I just only remembered how you get the cat down.
Okay.
But yeah,
I know the reason why you need the cat is you need the hair
yeah.
of the cat, is my guess.
Whoa, van's gone.
I saw a bonus with a kitty. Did you, okay. Yeah, my cat's often come into the stream for no particular reason.
He was in the church a minute ago. Maybe religious debate gives him an appetite.
Well, it's a weird time of year. It's lunchtime, though, so I guess that's why. Ooh, they're in there. Can we eavesdrop on their
it's
conversation?
those 2 British chicks from the museum.
Can't talk to them. I guess we can. Let's put the charm on. Let's put the Gabriel Knight charm
ladies.
Good afternoon, Mr. Knight.
Mr. Knight?
How's lunch?
It's really quite good. Don't let the staff hear you say that. A bit of complaining keeps them on their toes. Lily, you know it's true, darling.
Thanks for the advice.
on. Companion. And I don't mean like,
Okay.
I just talked to him in the church.
he doesn't want to talk again.
I just talked to him
So
in the
she'd
church.
be like I gotta go find a cat. I'll be right back.
I make it a rule
Kitty time.
never to look at French food.
Kitty time.
It sometimes
Let's see,
pulls
Ollie probably.
back.
Kitty loves
I haven't
like,
seen him.
scratch me. Oliver.
Not right now, thanks.
Prince Ollie.
Let's see. No, nothing else from him. Let's go up to our rooms.
I'm not sure what I'd say if they...
Let's see if Mosley answers. There we go.
All right, you hairball. What are you really doing here? You didn't know anything about my trip.
I'll tell ya. Don't worry about it. What about you? Since when do you take European tours?
Hey, you don't know everything about me.
Apparently not.
Anyway, I was here first. So what's your excuse?
All right. This is what happened. A couple of weeks ago, Grace and I got this invitation in the mail.
So,
I was passed out for a while.
So we're
I'm
finally
not even
talking
sure
to
how long.
Mosley.
When I got up, we were at the Coeza station. The conductor saw the two men get off. They've got to be around here somewhere.
Wow, this is really interesting.
Well, I'm glad you appreciate it.
So what's all this about? Vampires? Or did I hear something funny?
Nothing funny about it. The night visitors,
This
Prince James
is
calls
Oliver.
them, but
He
they take
is
blood.
3 years old.
Sounds like
Four
vampires to me.
4 years
Oh.
old.
You don't believe in that crap,
Well, we saw all
do
that
you?
weird voodoo stuff.
And he's camera
You
shy.
have no idea.
And he's a big one.
Well, the kidnappers
Look how
are
big
real.
he is. Oh, buddy.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna
Stretch
figure
him
out what's
across.
going on,
He's
that's
huge.
what. First of all,
Woo.
there's your tour group.
I think you're swinging at an empty plate there.
Y'all
He's
got
a
in
big
last
one.
night, didn't you? Maybe one of you was
He's
on
part
that
Maine
train.
Coon.
Or maybe someone in
At
your
least that's
little
what they
group
tell
was
us.
here for a handoff of the
And
kid.
he's just a...
It'd be the perfect
And
cover
he's
story.
so gentle. He's such a good boy.
You're
he's
right.
so gentle. Such
It's
a lover.
possible.
Or maybe not.
When I called for
Which
him,
is why
he
I
came
gotta go
running.
check out the area too. Soon as I get some wheels.
Wherever.
So this is a
Tiny.
real Schottenjäger
But
case,
he's
huh?
also hairy.
What's going on with that whole thing?
Yeah.
What
And,
about Grace?
what
Nudge,
about
nudge.
Grace?
He's a
I'll
big. He's
tell
a
you,
beauty. No,
don't
he's
rush
definitely
me.
a he. Two cats, both boys, named Pixel and
Grace is
Bandit.
doing fine
Cool.
since
What
you
do
asked.
they look like,
bet.
Kawa?
Huh? Huh? Come on. The two of you alone in the Alps.
We're
I am.
not sleeping together.
One thing I find there's
What?
a lot of people on Twitch
Did he
have
get chewed
cats
off in
and
your last
dogs and
case or
stuff
what?
and love to share 'em and
Oh, I
stuff
don't
like
know.
that.
We've
We
come
just think
close
it's
a
awesome.
couple of times, but I get all
That's why we do the doggo
freaked out
kitty
or
times.
You're starting to
So,
worry me, bud.
right now,
Look,
he's happy.
Gracie's
He's about to
a
go
doll,
to sleep here.
but she's living with me. If I slept with her and then I changed my mind, what would I do?
Go to sleep
Throw her
here,
out?
Ollie.
Why don't you just marry her, Knight?
Oh, God.
His
You're allergic.
his
Even if I did want to
Pixel
get
is a
married,
tuxedo.
I'm
cool.
not sure it would be Gracie.
And mostly black with a patch of white
She's
on
like a
its
chair,
chest.
you know? Say you see this really great chair, and you like the chair, and your mother likes the chair, and everyone says you should buy the chair, but you know that if you take it home, everything else would have to go. You know, like the chair is Louis the 14th, and the rest of your place is IKEA.
Well, bud, I
IKEA.
hate to say it, but you better start cooking or get out of the kitchen. Because you keep farting around, and somebody might just beat you to it.
I think they're talking about Grace, right?
Yes.
Have you
Bandit
heard a
is gray
baby
with
crying
black
since
stripes
you've
and his
arrived?
tail looks like
Nah,
a
bud,
raccoon
I ain't
tail.
heard
We
one
have a
I
cat
ain't seen.
that's similar.
Sorry.
She's a Tabico, and she's got
Mose,
the raccoon
do you
tail.
know anything about the Holy Grail?
The Holy
He's
Grail?
asleep.
No, not really. Why? What do you know about the Holy Grail?
Me? Not much. About this Schottenjäger thing. You know, we had that big case last year.
See, last year.
Yeah, I
You
seen
ready?
your book, The Brutal Beast. God, what a sick freaking mind you got.
Yeah. Anyway, since then, Grace and Gerda have been getting all organized on me. Gracie even did this computer program called Sydney. Supposed to help when we're in the field. Of course, I'll never use it, but I can't tell her that.
Uh-huh. And I've noticed you're looking a little toned there, huh? Huh?
Yeah, I've been working out. Grace says I need to be in shape to chase the bad guys. I point to you as an example in the contrary. Then she points out that you never get the bad guys.
Oh, hi. Glad to see you haven't lost your butt-stupid sense of humor. So, Did you ever find out how your family got into this whole thing in the first place?
No.
Okay, so
the
he
journals
knows the
go way
secret
back to
of what we
900
are.
AD.
Yeah.
And it looks like it was
He's
an old
heavy.
family tradition.
That's
even then.
exercise. There you go,
I don't know.
Archelon. I just did
Grace found a
exercise
few
for
other
you. I
groups
paid
of
my
shadow
bill.
hunters, and they seem pretty decent.
Archelon's not
There's a
here,
whole
but when
ashram
he's
in
here,
India where they train monks
I
for this
paid
kind
my
of thing.
bill.
Grace has been bugging me about going.
Bandit
Why
is a
don't you?
wildcat.
Shit.
Nice.
I'm not
And how old are
lost
you, Cat
horizons
Kawa?
kind of guy.
And
I
Wolf
see
in
what
the
you
box.
mean.
Do you have a cat?
Well, no point getting all serious about it.
Screw you,
We have 4.
mostly.
Mostly.
It's exercise sitting there holding it
So,
for too long. My
how'd you
arms are
find out
aching.
about this tour anyway?
I read about it in a travel
I
magazine.
have
A
a
travel
VIP
magazine?
that put in
Since
channel
when do you
points,
read
but I was in the middle
travel
of a scary game
magazines?
and
What?
didn't
Like
see
you're the
that
only
you put
one
it
that can
in.
go running off to Europe? I'm pretty cosmopolitan myself, you know.
We also
Cosmopolitan
have
is
another
more
cat
like
here.
it.
Oh, ha ha.
Okay, Winkers, you need.
Why don't you go write some dialogue, smartass? Get it out of your system.
So, what about the treasure of Rennes le Chateau? You have a theory?
Not really.
Madeline says everybody has a theory.
Oh, that Madeline. Whew. Oh, what a babe, huh?
Yeah.
Makes my heart go
Dude,
bigger,
Wait
better,
a
better.
You never said what you think about the treasure. Is that why you
Oh,
came?
I'm so sorry. Your cat died not
find
so
the
long ago.
treasure?
Now your cat.
I don't know
is.
about that. Find out about it,
We
maybe.
know that.
Sure.
We know that feeling.
It seemed like a lark.
It's hard.
But what do you...
Speaking of Madeline, now, don't you just love that kind of tough girl thing she's got
I was
going?
like, just
Man.
trying to avoid it.
I wasn't speaking about Madeline. I was talking about the treasure.
Oh, nice area, though, isn't it?
Now, you didn't see the kidnappers in the area last night, did you?
The guys you saw on the train both had long hair pulled back in ponytails, and they had this trunk with air holes. Nope, haven't seen anything like that since I got here.
Mosley must be up to something.
see
if he's
Mosley's
carrying
chest
around
hair?
his briefcase.
Or was it Gabriel Knight who had chest hair?
No, it's Mosley.
Mosley has chest hair, huh? It's like a rug coming out of his shirt.
Pixelated.
Pixelated hair.
There you go.
The butt is awful.
Yeah, Mr. Muffin Butt.
Mr. Muffin Butt.
Mosley
And he
must
really
be up
does
to
look like a
something if he's
muffin
carrying
butt.
around his briefcase. Ooh, I don't want to see Mosley's briefs. Cleanest spot in the room. Hey, the man's a pig. What can I say? Ugh, that's what maids are for. You heard of girl movies? That's a girl painting.
Is he throwing stuff all over
Thought
the
I
floor?
smelled something.
Yeah.
Mosley's obviously not using that closet. If it was shorter, he could set his bee on it. From the look of the floor, I seriously doubt there's anything in the closet. Now that's what I miss about living alone. Pure, unrepentant sloth. God, is he still wearing that gold blazer?
Oh, you have a beagle.
I can't believe it hasn't
You have a
fallen
beagle
to
mixed
shreds
dog. Her
by
name
now.
is Lily, and she
Must
turned
be all
2.
those
How
tough
fun.
polyester
Did you have her from the
fibers.
time she was a puppy? We don't own a dog. Yeah, you got her at 6 weeks.
God,
Aw.
is he still wearing that?
Beagles are great. Does yours listen?
What is it with me and trunks lately? It's probably empty. I think the hotel's storing it here to get it out of the way. Besides, it doesn't look like the one on the train. Please don't make me. J.C. Penney Special from high school.
She's supposed to give Ollie a treat for coming up. they are notorious. For the most part. The dog listens for the most part, but they are not notorious for not listening.
Yeah, some wet, rustic scene.
Let's look at that butt. It really is a muffin butt.
Hi, I'm Mosley. Wanna, come back to my room?
See, this is the thing I missed,
Looks like
Wolf.
something
In
Mosley
the
would
Gabriel
put up
Knight
at home,
1 was
too.
picking on Mosley, and Gabriel Knight 2, you don't get to see him at all. You might reference him, like
Looks
talk
like
about him, but
something
you
Mosley
don't get
would
to
put
see
up
him.
at home, too.
Was this on the Monkey Island?
Unfortunately, the poor guy looks exactly the same.
Oh, I don't even think they said
Said-
Monkey Island.
Yeah, some rustic scene. I can't think of anything to talk to Mose about at the moment.
Do we call him Mosley when we talk to him?
He does at least
Now
once.
that's what I miss
She's
about...
very well behaved at home, but when we take her places or let her meet new people, she acts out. She's such a sweet dog. She loves everybody. You know, Net Girl, did you remember the story
Now
Net Girl was
that's
telling
what I
about the
miss
dog that somebody tried to take her dog?
Now that's what I miss...
Cowo, do you remember that? I was just blown away by the gall of some people that would do something like that, you know. So that's the story. She has a really cute, like a kind of like a Bichon dog, and so it's a like white, fluffy kind of thing, and she went to the park with it, and it's such a cute dog, and she was walking around with some other dogs there, and this woman comes over, and it's nature. I've
That's
seen
probably
this,
the bathroom
you
in
know,
there.
that.
I don't think Mose
Even
would
saw it with,
appreciate me
with
poking
Deb's
around
little
his
dog,
bathroom,
right? People
even
came
if I
up and they were
could
like, oh,
stomach it.
well, this woman comes up and she picks up the dog. And that girl's sitting there going, okay, well, that's fine. I'll let her pet the
I'm gonna
dog.
take
And then
off. You wanna
the
look around with me
woman
this
proceeded to
afternoon?
walk
This
away
afternoon?
with her dog.
Nah.
And
I
that
got some
girl's
things
like
to do.
almost went
What could you
ballistic.
have to
She's
do?
like,
You're on
what the hell do
vacation.
you think you're doing? He goes, well, I thought the
I
dog
brought
was a
some
stray,
work
so
with
I
me.
was going to take it home with
Yeah,
me.
you know,
It's like,
you
what
know,
part of
cops
having a
work, isn't it?
collar and it was with the other
Never
dogs?
started even.
Oh, by the way,
I might
Would you,
assault someone if they
mind
tried to
not,
steal my dog.
mention
Seriously.
anyone that I'm-
No, people do that with
What?
cats, though.
People
If cats
just
get out,
kinda
they'll keep your
weird.
cat,
You know,
too.
I want to be
Even
an
if it
average
is
Joe
chipped.
for once. Come on.
Can't be too careful about that kind of
I've
stuff.
got news
Hope
for
your
you.
pet,
You
your dog is
can't
chipped.
get any more average.
Not.
All right. Mum's the word.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
Yeah.
I love how he
See
eggs
ya.
on mostly. That's one of the things that makes this game.
Oh, now we got a can here.
Yay, a can. Something new. We triggered something. Hi. Hello.
A water glass.
Now this is the mascot of the channel, and she's feisty, and she's got claws, and she will probably hurt me, but this is Chloe. If you looked at the
Oh,
different,
he's
if
in
you're
there,
like
all
a
right.
subscriber or whatever, and you don't have to be, but I'll put the thing out. There's a little kitty emote, and this is Chloe. I thought, yeah, exactly. I beat somebody up. They ever stole my dog or my cat, but I don't have a dog. I wish I had a dog. The only way I can have a dog is to have a cardboard dog. And be like T-Fellows.
I'm not sure what I'd say.
Hey, Chloe, Joey, too.
I don't think anybody's
The
in there.
reason I'm holding her like this is because I don't want her to jump at me. Hi. Hi. Look at the screen. Say hi.
I don't
Hello.
think anybody...
So we got the two gingers, and the big one you just saw is Ollie, and he is my daughter's cat, and we are temporarily, or permanently, if you will, watching him and his sister Sophie. And then Chloe is my baby, and she does not like to share me or welcome the other cats too nicely. So But the two gingers play together, so they
Yep,
chase each other
he's
around
in
the
there.
house, and it sounds like a herd of elephants. It's really, if you're on a conference
could
call
ask
and you
him
have
why
that
he changed rooms, but I'm
going
not
on
sure I'll
behind
get a
you,
straight answer.
it's kind of funny. All right, 7. So we've moving right along. Got 30 points more than
I don't want to
last time
spy on
when I
my
checked the
door.
score. Okay,
Probably nothing in there, but
not yet. Gonna head out, take a shower. Got guests coming soon. It was nice to seeing you, and I can't wait to see you again and have a great stream. Thank you so much for coming in, Kawa, and chatting and stuff.
almost
We
done
really
for today.
appreciate it. We are also nearing the end of our stream within a little bit of time. But you have a good time. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you
I just
next
told-
time on Twitch. All right?
I don't
Bye-bye.
want to show that.
So no one talk to them.
yeah, he's already
We don't want to talk to him
yeah.
because we've already done the gamut with both of their groups. Where's Madeline?
She's gone. The van's not there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's the sign. She took someone and went.
Oh, boom.
Ooh, you got day two. Oh, this is a busy time.
Okay. Okay, well, I think that's the...
Looks like the moped shop is open.
Yeehaw!
Okay. I think this is probably about a good...
Okay.
F1.
Yeah, I looked at that yesterday.
Right click. Yeah, when you were trying to first set this up, and this was all weird, and you could only
Yeah.
see the buttons and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Levels of camera. Okay, space.
Okay.
That's how you do it. Okay, that's... I needed to know that, because occasionally things would get all weird. So...
Okay, well,
Let's save. Like...
we're now it's midday. Or it's mustache time. Either way, as long as you know what you're doing.
Yeah, so we need to... Anyway, to get the cat down, what do you use to if a cat is
Water.
being bad?
Spray bottle.
Yep.
Kitchen.
I don't know if we can go in the kitchen, but let's see if there's something out here.
A spritzer. It's a coffee.
Yeah, it's...
White stuff.
Can you throw, you can
Real
also get a
men
cat down by
drink it
bringing out
black.
milk and put
Men
down a bowl.
drinking black.
Real men drink it black.
Why would I want to go in there?
You say Mosley is a wanker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did. So, yeah, it's like if...
Too funny.
yeah, Mosley is a wanker. So that's when I was experimenting, and when you first see Mosley, flickering beginnings, that's when the game was
I love it.
having issues.
You know, it held really strong, and we didn't have any issues. So I'm really impressed. With
Yeah,
what you did.
I'm very glad that this game has been okay so far. So
And definitely wanted to play it a lot. I know it's janky. I know it's blocky, but the story is good.
somebody. Oh wait. Oh, there he is.
Hello, Professor. Do you need to? I mean, Professor Abe. The Abe.
Arno is at home.
Arnaud. Can you knock on the door?
Yeah, some things are like just little weird things I'm remembering.
Yeah, yeah. He was
worthy
spritzing
cause.
the flowers. He won't miss that. We'll bring it right back. We just need it for a good cause.
Okay.
It's kind of like kicking the cat in King's Quest 3.
Okay. See, we got some tape. This is probably one of the most ridiculous puzzles
Yes.
in the game.
And if you
But I
don't
remember-
know where
but
the
I
damn
remember
water,
it.
you don't know where the spray bottle
Yeah,
is.
certain things are coming back. Like I haven't played this in 21
years.
21 years. A few things I don't remember exactly, but but it is, certain things are coming back.
kinda
idea,
like
right?
that squeezing through the hole bit. I wonder if I could get him to do it again.
Okay, it is like I said. It is kind of like,
Meow.
kind of like kicking. Oh, and it's hobbling along. It's injured.
Bad animation.
Now you ought to feel guilty. All right, we need this. That's what we needed.
It worked. I don't think I need to bust my way into that shed. It's probably just full of spider webs.
And a black cat who's
Yep.
probably mad at you as a hornet and
Yep.
is gonna rip your face off.
Now we have.
And seriously, don't let him near
think
your
that'll
cats.
pass for a black mustache, but it's not going to stay on my lip without help, despite my intense animal magnetism.
Ooh,
Now we have-
intense animal magnetism.
Yes, now we have.
Now we have the makings of a moustache.
Yes.
Moustacha. Glad you're doing the operations, because man, you do it so much faster getting in and out of whatever you doing it.
It looks like a lost and found box.
Okay, can we now take this thing? We certainly.
It's not really my
cannot.
style.
Come on.
Maybe you have to wait till you doctor Mosley's passport.
Yeah. So, anyway, we're trying to get an ID. I mean, at least it's saying okay, it's the second act now. But actually, let's go back and see if there's anybody back there.
Can we get into Mosley's room if Mosley's not in there?
I don't know.
Okay, Wink. See, I'm wondering if. Okay, no one's there.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's now more people are able to get around and out and about.
Yeah, they all got on their bikes and are traveling around. The rental bikes. Probably turn this off for sound. Okay. Have we found out that we can't rent the bike yet?
Yeah, so,
Right. They're open.
Yay!
Hey, how you doing? I want to rent a bike.
Oui. Your passport, please.
Does it show I'm not like?
Monsieur Knight, you are not with the tour group? I do not see you on my list.
Nope, I'm on my own.
Ah, I am sorry, monsieur, but most of my fleet is reserved for the tour group.
What?
That's why we can't rent.
I have one little bike left, monsieur, but she is nothing grand. I show you. Here she is.
This piece of crap? Oh, come on. I was kind of hoping for this baby. Ooh, what is this, a WW2 Army issue?
Oui, but the tour group reservations were made first. It is this little bike, monsieur, or nothing.
Well, who gets the Harley?
Whoever chooses it first, monsieur. If none of the others want the large bike, you may have it.
Oh, yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Well, let me know what you decide.
it's picky.
What's he doing? Okay. I think he spit in his hand and picked
No,
up
I
the
think this is
bike.
using a gun or something. Let's save it.
I don't have a gun. I'm not going to be able to charm my way into that Harley. Well, I'm not on the reservation list, but I know someone who
And we
is.
have no problem in the past of taking his identity
Wilkes, Shelley,
and his credit card.
Mosley, and Baza.
What's his first name? Is it just say Mr.
Monsieur,
Monsieur Mosley?
for the tour for.
Madeline Bouthane.
Okay.
All right. it's a good stopping time. We will pick this back up next Sunday when we play Gabriel Knight 3. And we've got a good save right here.
Yep.
All right.
Just say it before I try to rob him.
Awesome. Before you try to take a gun.
I don't have a gun.
Improvise, Gabriel Knight. Use your knife instead.
Give me the Harley.
Give me the Harley or else, man. All right, we'll be back on Tuesday.
Don't let him near your cats.
Well, that's true. I mean, he sprayed the cat.
Well,
you
he's
know.
trying to get the cat down. So, like I said,
It's
it'll be
all for
it'll
good
be interesting.
cause.
Like so, this is probably one of the most annoying
It is. If you
puzzles.
don't have it,
And I remembered it, and I think it was kind of, you're having to make a disguise, and so some of that is you're going to have to then disguise yourself
for a purpose.
and put on, use this fake mustache, but you're going to have to use maple syrup on the cat hair to make a mustache.
By the way, I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Yep.
So she got this for me about 4 years ago or
Okay,
something.
what about mine?
Yeah, wanted for breaking. Cuckoo assault, not breaking
For cuckoo assault, 1,000
rupees.
rupees and a bottle of milk.
Oh, does it say a bottle of milk?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, and a bottle of milk.
Zelda for mine. Sierra for his.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, I found that on
Red Bubble.
Red Bull.
Bubble.
Red Bubble, not Red Bull. Red Bubble, and I was looking for a Sierra shirt, and it's custom made. There's only a few out there, so it's held up pretty well. I
Yeah.
hope it doesn't have any holes in it.
No, not that I've seen.
Yeah. So, anyway, all right. Let's go ahead and we can close this. now.
Well, maybe just
Maybe exit
properly.
properly for quick game.
The interface is kind of wonky,
But
but
it held and it worked and it did
Yes.
not break. And
fortunately,
I was
it
so
has
happy for
been
that.
running under Windows 10
Yep.
pretty nicely
Yep.
after some updates and tweaks and
I mean,
stuff.
there's
so.
a lot of people who would like to play this game and they don't know how to do it. So Chad did put a link out on his